Hello everyone, and welcome to part 2 of the Judgment of Bond villains. We now enter the Moore era, and along with that comes more villains. Rosie Carver, step forward. There's a place in my purgatory for people like you. Liars, double agents. Miss Taro was a liar and a double agent, but her ass was fire and purgatory needed warmed up. It's not your ass I wouldn't let in here, Miss Carver. It's your mouth.
Should have never gotten into any of this.
If I let your annoying mouth in here, people will be punished here far more than I intended them to be. Therefore, Miss Carver, ye shall be granted purgatory, but ye shall have no mouth. Dancing snake handler, step forward. It doesn't take long for Bond to crash this fucked up festivity and start blasting fools like this was Resident Evil 5. And somehow after getting shot in the chest with a .44 Magnum, you're standing there in the next shot. Non-existence feels like a safe bet for kidnapping murderers wielding dark magic. Dr. Kananga, step forward. We slang an H. Pellin' that old China White? I suppose, Dr. K, that if you weren't doing it, someone else would. But would that other someone beat the shit out of their miracle-working girlfriend? Would that other someone wear a goddamn mask of the same goddamn person that they are? Here's a new disguise that'll look different enough. Only it's not a disguise. You will be as Elvis, wearing a very uncomfortable face mask of Elvis. And at the end of every day, you'll be taken out back and wasted. Meanwhile, Mr. Big will be the Chancellor in the new heaven. We're wiping the slate clean. The villains of the Moore era will have their own realm of pleasure and punishment. I say, therefore it is. Whispers, Teehee, and Baron Samedi step forward. All three of you motherfuckers are charged with kissing Dr. K's ass and acting as limbs to his embodiment of evil. Whispers, you shot a poison dart through this guy driving on a busy road. Never mind James Bond in the back seat. You could have caused a van full of preschoolers to crash off this fucking bridge. It's too bad. My new purgatory space station needed a bartender. So you're it, until I find someone better. Mr. Teehee, that could have been you. I didn't see you kill anybody, but I'm pretty sure this alligator pond is full of many bones. I mean, just look at that smiling face as you leave Bond stranded there. Clearly this amuses you, so let me do something that'll amuse me. Isn't aquatic life fascinating? This'll go on for a full year, and then you'll get non-existence. And Baron Samedi, since you're immortal, let me put you somewhere it really sucks not to be dead. The man with the golden gun, Francisco Scaramanga. To my own disbelief, I'm considering giving you a golden harp. Not because this place could use the chivalries of a man such as yourself, but because you avenged an elephant in your youth.
Stood on one leg, his best trick. Picked me up and put me on his back.
Some asshole was mistreating your real-life animal cracker, so you iced him.
Not.
You discovered you liked icing people, so you iced some more. And from what I've seen, Mr. GG, everyone you've iced is probably an asshole anyway. Seems to me like you've been doing the world a lot of favors. But here's where we have a problem. Your mistress who betrayed you, I'd say you overreacted a bit. I mean, you were kind of mistreating her, Francisco.
A difficult shot, but most gratifying.
I would grant purgatory, but that would be too big a gift to all whom are there. The place is supposed to feel like a Chuck E. Cheese birthday party where only the lame kids show up. I'm not giving you heaven either. Not unless I find out Miss Anders was mistreating elephants. So until that day, I'm afraid you'll have to exist as Elvis, but with golden hair. I require you to bust a cap in the ass of Dr. K every day, and you will be okay.
Something's gone wrong.
There's a midget with a gun on him.
A midget?
Call the police.
And Knack, had you saved some elephants like your boss, maybe you could have gone to heaven. Where were you when Francisco was mistreating Miss Anders? Don't tell me you didn't know about it. Why did you break glass all over this floor when Goodnight is barefoot? Time to be little Elvis. Who the fuck is this guy? Sorry, this is a no parking zone. To existence, motherfucker.
Good morning, boys.
It's sure going to be a beautiful day. Yes, a beautiful day.
The Spy Who Loved Me. Alright, what a lineup. This is going to be an interesting day in court, and a fast one for this fucking egghead.
No!
I can't tell if she spun herself into this bullet or Bond did, but it's still your bullet, Mr. Strickland. Non-existence for those who murder classy women.
Good morning, boss. It's sure going to be a beautiful day. Yes, a beautiful day.
Naomi gets heaven.
Call the police!
The sexy factor is off the charts. Maybe you call this an escape of justice, but this is my courtroom and I can do whatever the hell I please. Actually, I'd like Blofeld number 5 to come over here from the other board and make mudbath clones of Naomi. I have spoken. Stromberg. You're underwater Hitler, basically. Same as Drax. Space Hitler. Both of you fed women to vicious animals. Both of you tried to nuke every human, animal, and precious life off the face of the earth, sparing only those you deemed suitable.
I intend to change the face of history.
By destroying the world?
By creating a world.
The human race, as you know it, will cease to exist.
Carl and Hugo sought to aggrandize themselves as gods, ruling over a new world they created on the ruins of another. And so, Carl and Hugo, I sentence thee to 1,000 years in a coffin of snakes. Chang, you're just as culpable. Thanks for breaking all this fucking glass someone has to clean up. Jaws. Jaws? He said Jaws? He just said Jaws. He said Jaws. Everyone shut the fuck up. Order. Step forward, Jaws. Your crimes include murder, multiple counts. However, I'm pardoning these crimes on the basis that you aided in saving the world. I think you were a simple-minded man who was taken advantage of, like Simple Jack or Jacob.
Call the police!
How the hell could you go from aiding in global annihilation to being its savior? Because you saw a tomboy at a fucking skylift?
Call the police!
To each their own, whatever helps you snap out of your misguided path. Jaws, ye shall be granted heaven.
Call the police!
I do this with reluctance. You can't go around biting people, because everyone's immortal here, but not from me. So behave yourself.
Well, here's to us.
The villains are for your eyes only. Well, look at this sorry bunch. I see a lot of women killers. Slime shitters, this side of the slopes. Christados, you already own a monastery atop a steep-faced mountain cliff, surrounded by a beautiful ocean, and yet you still need to steal a super weapon and sell it to a superpower. Can't even save your own guy who falls overboard into shark-infested waters.
Leave him!
Your creepy goons, Hector the airplane assassin and Mr. Octagonal Glasses. Oh, I know a perfect punishment for him. Both of you took the lives of innocents without having to look them in their faces. Having these octopussies on your faces will make sure you never make those smug expressions again. And Ski Shooter, I got you on attempted murder. Being parlayed to one of the worst villain groups in the series, and acting like a fucking baby when you underperform in whatever you're doing. Among the four, I felt like you would have benefited the most from therapy and rehabilitation. Probably not. You get another chance. One more chance.
Call the police!
Christados, you're getting octopussied, but you're gonna go through it for a century, for all the cowardly murders you orchestrated in this story, and because you're just fucking ridiculous. Well, hello, Yo-Yo Saw Man. Had you chosen a more practical weapon, you could have been the first ever to kill James Bond. Now you don't even have a mind to be stupid with. Thought I was gonna give you Octopussy, did ya? Knife-throwing circus twins. You aided in another plot to set off a nuke, and you threw knives through 009. Think I'll form you into Siamese Elvises. General Orloff, the coked-out blitzkrieger. What astounds me, Orloff, is that you view yourself as the hero. While you amuse me, General, your smug expressions when Bond inquires about your plans, I find odious. You want to be remembered as a hero, General? That's fine, but you gotta suck the ink out of one Octopussy for every person you would have killed that day.
I shall be a hero of the Soviet Union.
Gobinda.
Go out and get him. Out there? Go. Yes, Excellency.
Why you serve this sleazeball so feverishly, I have no idea. You got smacked off the plane wearing a very obvious parachute, so I'm going to assume you haven't yet paid the debt you owe for attempting to help set off a damn nuke. Surprised?
Call the police!
Didn't expect to fall up after you fell down, did you, Gobinda? I sense similarities to Jaws. Only someone mentally sick would listen to this fucking fuck when he tells you to climb out of a plane and fight James Bond.
You have a nasty habit of surviving.
Kamal Khan, got some bad news. You're the most evil villain on this board so far. There's someone that might be worse, but we'll get to them soon. Right now, it's you who's standing before me with a rap sheet longer than Dalsim's dick. You cheated at backgammon, you condescended to everybody, you manipulated and betrayed Octopussy, you sent goons to kill people instead of doing it yourself, you conspire with Orlov to set off a nuke and start World War III. You're the kind of guy who would ride a war elephant through a baby nursery if it was a 10-second shortcut to Starbucks. Your demise had me pissing myself laughing, but it was far too quick. Ye shall be served to Dr. Kaufman on a silver platter. I don't know that we're going to find anybody worse than you, Khan. What a guy. So you guys are like a little family, right? You're always sticking close together. I mean, Zoran, you and this guy named Scarpine are side by side mowing down all your own people. How either of you think you're not capable of betraying the other at some point is beyond me. But you must be tight. Not as tight as Zoran and Mayday appeared to be, no. Mayday actually thwarts this entire plan, and I bet she's standing there thinking she has a get-out-of-hell-free card by doing that. So the plan was to blow up Silicon Valley, am I right, guys? It's the same thing as what Goldfinger was doing. You want to monopolize a market, so you gotta kill a whole bunch of people. Okay. You had everything you could ever need or want, and yet you wanted more. It's kind of weird, though, Max, because you killed more bad guys in this movie than Bond did. If all these guys were culpable, why am I going to hold it against him? I'm pretty sure all these fuckers know what's going on here. Who in this story do any of you kill that are innocent? Okay, that guy. Look, I can tell it didn't matter to you guys who you killed. It just so happens that most of the people you killed in this story were already villains themselves. Do I take that into account when it comes to your judgments? Zoran, your death, while deserving, was not quite enough. I'm sure the impact left you shattered, but now I have reassembled you and alchemied your ass into Elvis, flying around in an Elvis blimp. Mayday, don't think for one damn second that because you aided Bond at the end of the story that I'm going to consider you a good person. So it's not because Mayday wants to do the right thing all of a sudden, it's just that she wants revenge against Zoran, which just so happens to be beneficial for the side of good. It was a good deed fueled by vengeance, not virtue. You too will be reincarnated as Elvis. So these are 2 more turds to flush down the toilet.
Good morning, boss. It's sure going to be a beautiful day. Yes, a beautiful day.
So everyone, I appreciate you sitting in court today and watching these judgments. Next time court's in session, I'll be combining the Dalton and the Brosnan eras and judging the villains of those stories. Until then, everybody, Thanks for being here, and wherever you are, I hope you're having a wonderful day or night.